My grandpa is fully addicted to Costco, and I don't blame him. For those that don't know what Costco is, it's like Walmart, but on a smaller and bigger scale at the same time. Here's what I mean. Costco only has 4,000 SKUs, which is called stock keeping units, or really just distinct items that they sell. A Walmart supercenter has 140,000. But the stores are about the same size and square footage. What this means is at Walmart, when you're buying a protein bar, you might have 10,000 options, or no, really like 50 options. At Costco, you might have three. And also, the main difference at Costco, in addition to the variety, is the amount that you purchase. At Costco, you have to buy like 50 protein bars, 50. Whereas at Walmart, you can buy one. I don't think you can buy one of anything at Costco. Maybe like one rotisserie chicken, but that's about as small as they get. And even with the rotisserie chickens, I bet it's like a pack of two or a pack of three. Costco also explicitly caps its markups on its products to national brands at a hard cap of 14%. So, for example, if they're selling Tide detergent, the max they'll mark that up is 14%. They also have their private label, Kirkland, which is like a Costco branded detergent, where that has a hard cap of 15% markup, 1.5. This is very different than traditional retail like Walmart, where they'll mark items anywhere up from 25 to 50%, or even 100% for clothes and cosmetics. It's interesting though, because while they also mark things up a lot less, it's they don't have to mark it up as much because not all their profits come from that markup. Most of their profits come from their membership. They have two tiers, the Gold Star, which is a $65 a year membership, and an executive membership, which is $130. I don't want to get into too many details with the membership, but it's essentially like Amazon Prime, where the only people that can buy stuff from Costco are Costco members. And that's how Costco makes most of their money. They make okay margins on the goods that they sell. They make, pretty much an 100% margin on their membership. Costco also has an 100% satisfaction guarantee, meaning if you're unhappy with an item, or the membership, you can refund it. Their customer service is exceptional. Costco also has $18.24 billion of cash on hand as of February 2026. So with that, that means we've got a bunch of crazy ideas that we can test if we're the CEO of Costco. Starting with number one, the first idea I have is to sell 3 cars per year. Most of the things that Costco currently sells are like air purifiers, a lot of food. You can buy like 5 boxes of cereal, coffee, TVs, phones, but they don't sell cars yet. And I know this is going to be crazy, and there are going to be a lot of regulations and rules that Costco would have to get because I know dealerships are this huge thing. But with Costco's buying power, if they were to sell a Chevy Suburban, a Ford F-150, and maybe a Jeep Grand Cherokee, they could sell those at the lowest price in America, totally undercutting the dealers. And maybe even get better prices than like Ford or something themselves. Almost like buying direct. It's insane the scale of Costco, and I think people would love buying their cars from Costco because it would be the best price. People already love buying gas from Costco because it's the best price. So I think Costco should sell 3 cars per year. Idea number 2 for the CEO of Costco with their 10 billion plus of cash, which is insane, is to buy Planet Fitness. And we can do a lot of things with this. The first idea is to launch our own gym equipment. To me, it's crazy that both Planet Fitness and Equinox use the same gym equipment. I can't believe this. And I apologize for those that follow me on LinkedIn because I feel like I've been nonstop talking about this for a month. But I think there's room for another player in the gym equipment industry, and Costco could use Planet Fitness because they need to buy equipment every like 5 years to jumpstart that business. You could also wrap a Planet Fitness membership in a Costco membership and maybe raise the price of a Costco membership and give people even more perks for being members of Costco or require someone to work out at a Planet Fitness be a Costco membership, which is more expensive than a Planet Fitness membership. Planet Fitness is a profitable business. I also think we could turn Planet Fitness into mini retail stores. I think, sorry for the people that follow me on LinkedIn, I'm obsessed with the fact that I think gyms should be retail stores because people, especially a lot of the gym crowd, are going to the gym more than like grocery stores or Costco. So, what if gyms had better selection of protein bars, better selection of Greek yogurt or super healthy foods that people can just pick up and go? So, if I were to buy Planet Fitness as CEO of Costco, I'd probably stock more protein bars, Greek yogurt, um, maybe coffee, something like that. That could sell a bit more and turn our Planet Fitnesses into more of a retail store. Idea number 3 is to buy some of Roku. And this is funny because as about 2 days ago before I recorded this episode, Fox bought Roku. So this might be a little bit more of a difficult thing to pull off, but the thesis I had here and that I think Fox is onto as well, that I have for Costco is that Costco sells a bunch of TVs. Planet Fitness also has a lot of TVs. And the opportunity with Roku is ads. So, I mean, Roku is pretty much, a smart TV stick that runs a lot of TVs. And they generate 87% of their revenue via video advertising and home screen ads. So on that, we could advertise a bunch of Costco products. We could do deals with some of the brands promoting their items in Costco on Roku and keep everything in our system and try to get as many people to come back to Costco or even go to a Planet Fitness as we can. So idea number 3 was to buy some of Roku, although thanks to Fox, that's probably not happening anymore. Idea number 4 is to transform parking lots into drive-in theaters after 8:30 when the store is closed. Costco is all warehouses pretty much. So there are just massive blank walls that would be perfect for putting a movie on. Costco also has massive parking lots. I think it'll be a great way to get more people at Costco's part of the community. We could open up our food courts, open for these movies, give people the $1.50 hot dogs, have members only moving nights. And when I did the math, and there's over 600,000 parking spaces, I think estimated. So if anyone at Costco, you probably have to correct me on that. But there's a lot of parking that we could all watch movies together as members of Costco. Idea number 5 is probably my best business idea, and that is the Costco 100s or the Costco Express. The idea here is like in cities like New York, Tokyo, Boston, space is pretty limited and pretty expensive. So stock a store with only 100 items. This would be around, less than 10% of a normal Costco, but just have one milk, one coffee, one protein bar, one beef jerky, one soda, one detergent. Just choose, I would say, probably like the 100 most popular items that are sold at Costco. Still sell bigger portions than normal, like sell, I don't know, 10 packs of coffee or whatever it is. And I think this could really take Costco's economics to another level. For context, for the audience who's not familiar, Costco pays for their items on net 30 terms, meaning if they get the coffee, they don't have to pay their supplier until 30 days later. But once they get the coffee, they can immediately sell it. So if you have an extra 30 days to pay something, you can then buy more inventory in that time to make more money and then sell more coffee. Or you can put it in the market and like earn interest on it. You can do so many things with that money as opposed to most businesses don't have that luxury. Like when I bought this iPhone, for example, I had to pay for it right then and there. I mean, well, actually, I used a credit card, so I didn't pay for it then and there. But most things, you have to pay for it right then and there. If I used a debit card, I would pay for it right then and there. But Costco gets that benefit of waiting 30 days, which is huge. And this could be even bigger for a Costco 100 store because If items are turning over even faster than a normal Costco store, that means the less inventory you're turning over, the more you can grow and use cash for other things. So I think this idea would totally uproot the convenience store industry because convenience stores are pretty much built on super high markup. Like a Diet Coke there might be $4 when a Diet Coke at Costco is 25 cents. And if Costco is only marking up things 15%, almost everyone would want to go to a Costco 100 store over a regular convenience store. I think this is one of the best ideas. Idea number 5 is a Costco 100 or Costco Express. Idea number 6 is to build apartments over Costco warehouses. I think more grocery stores and Costco's in general need to do more deals with apartments because in my apartment building I live in right now, there isn't a grocery store in it. And in the next place I was looking to live, one of the criteria was that there's a grocery store nearby. Now, it actually wasn't perfect. We didn't find the best place, and I'm living zero point 0.4 miles from a grocery store. The nearest one is a Whole Foods, which I'm totally cool shopping at a Whole Foods instead knowing that it's zero point 0.4 miles away. Anyways, if there was a Costco right below my apartment building, I would shop at Costco exclusively. And most of these apartment buildings are holding thousands of people, if I mean, at least hundreds. So you'd have a built-in customer base that would be getting stuff from you every week and not have to drive or take up parking space. So that's why if I'm CEO of Costco, I'd want to either build some sort of apartments over our existing stores and warehouses, because I doubt Costco's are even that loud, or B, in cities, put them on the bottom of apartment buildings because you would have literally built-in customers. I don't know why, if someone was living below a Costco, they wouldn't shop there for everything. Idea number 6 is to have apartments over Costco warehouses. Idea number 7 is to sell more water. Gas is a huge hit for them. I think, they have the cheapest gas in all of America. Maybe Buc-ee's is cheaper, I don't know, but the scale of Costco truly is insane. So, because they have the cheapest gas and only mark things up 15% when other people mark it up more, I think another thing like gas that humans consume every day and need is water. I think if they had maybe it's refill stations outside of warehouses or water delivery subscriptions or water bottles. I don't know what it is, but people despise overpaying for water just like they despise overpaying for gas. And I think if Costco was like the cheapest source of water in America, just like they are with gas, I think that could be a pretty compelling argument and keep more people talking about Costco and in the Costco ecosystem. Idea number 8 is another thing that people often overpay for, and those are plots of land to bury your casket in and your casket. Caskets are often marked up a lot, and I feel like the funeral industry in general is seen, at least from my research for this episode, is pretty predatory, unfortunately, and it's tough. Like, I've never had to, buy a funeral or buy a casket, fortunately. But if I did, I would be extremely emotional when doing it, and it would be difficult to find the best price. And you also really just want to get the funeral over with. You just like, you don't want to worry about having the best casket. You really just want to focus on spending time with your family. I think Costco, if they were to, because they have such a trusted brand, because they've built up so much brand equity and saying, we are only going to mark up things 15% if we don't make them because we're making most of our money on membership and we really want to have you for as long of a time as a customer as we can. So if Costco were to launch caskets or funeral plots of land, I think that would save a lot of people time that are in the market for plots of land to bury themselves in or caskets and make it much easier for people in the future when they're deciding. Because I think some people even buy their caskets or plots of land before they die just because they know how stressful it's gonna be. So, idea number 8 is to have Costco burial plots and also caskets just to release that burden off of people that are grieving, and if they wanna do a bulk, maybe they can sell them in 4 packs or a family pack of caskets. So, those are my 8 ideas for the CEO of Costco. I absolutely love Costco. If you haven't been to one, you should definitely check it out. My favorite idea is the Costco 100. I think they could totally change the convenience store game. If you have any more ideas is for Costco, please DM me on LinkedIn. My name is Daniel Greenberg. To be clear, the views expressed are my own and not those of my employer. Stay questioning.